How are we doing? Okay, we are live. Well, welcome everyone to my weekly wellness discovery show. We're going to do the spinning circle of death on my screen before I can get to the next slide because that's just the way this day is going. I'm a little bit late, but okay, we're online and we're doing all right. So, the best way for you to really enjoy your life, feel good, look good, and all those, wonderful things that go with that is by getting educated on some of the natural things that you can do to improve your own health. So today we're going to have a look at an upcoming Vitality for Life show, actually just in a next week, Gut Instincts. And we're going to talk a little bit about the one we had last month, the Men's Health Masterclass. And we're going to have a look at some of the newer articles and videos that are in my wellness center that you guys, I'm sure, have already had a look at, but we'll make sure. So there's more details coming up. Actually, oh, it is today. I thought it was next week you get it, but you get it today. My Vitality for Life e-newsletter is out. So those of you who are subscribed, it's in your inbox. If you haven't seen it yet, make sure you check your promotional area or spam because sometimes that just happens whether we want it to or not. Now, if you haven't subscribed yet, I highly encourage you to. It's free. You're going to find all sorts of great information in there. There's recipes, there's interviews with all kinds of experts, and a whole lot more. So at the end of today, I'll make sure that there's a link attached to this show so you can go ahead and get your free account. So a little bit about me, how I came to be a wellness instructor. It was the last thing on my mind. I was actually working on being a heavy duty mechanic until I got bit by a tick. And then I started to learn all about Lyme disease. And then I started to learn that sometimes mainstream medicine is not going to be there to help you. So when that happens and you realize you're on your own, you start searching for answers. And this is where I started to learn a lot of different things. This is my buddy Lymeer. If you know anything about Lyme, you'll know he's pretty much become the mascot for Lyme. And he's got a little button that says education is key. And that is so true because that was the beginning of my education for becoming a wellness instructor. I didn't know that at the time. I was busy educating myself as to how do I get out of this mess? How do I help myself? And before long, I was storing up all kinds of information and knowledge that other people were asking me about. And this is basically how I moved into the role of becoming a wellness educator. So now I take all of that information that I've learned in the last 20, 30 years, and I put it all together in these shows, in my wellness center, in my blogs, you name it. And it's all designed to help you have a better life by showing you the different things that you can do to work with nature that's going to help you to have your best life. So thanks for being here, everyone. I do appreciate it. So let's talk about what happened last month with our event replay. We had the men's health masterclass, and our main star in that one was Dr. Richard Brose. I absolutely love this man. He's bailed me out on a few things when I really needed help, where mainstream medicine wasn't there. He was. And also, there's some great wellness articles that we're going to go over. So. This is one of them. This is a great one. And 7 symptoms that could indicate that you guys have a prostate problem. And this is important. They say that if you're, 40 plus, you should be paying attention to this. There is some evidence coming out that you actually should start paying attention if you're over 30, but we'll give you some grace and call it 40. But this is what happens. The prostate, it grows with age, and quite often it doesn't create any problems, but in some cases, it does. It enlarges to the point where it compresses the urethra and it makes urinating very difficult. It can lead to something called BPH, which we call benign prostate hyperplasia. So this article, it shares those 7 symptoms that you want to pay attention to and different things that you can do to manage BPH naturally, as well as if that doesn't work, well, there's some medical ideas in there too. Of course, you could always talk to your doctor as well, which we highly recommend. So there's some practical steps in that article that you can take now that might save you that doctor's trip. So check it out. There's also a really good article on vitamin D, how it helps men's health. We all know it as the sunshine vitamin, right? It's crucial for maintaining good bone health, is great for the immune system. Many of the cancer patients take a lot of vitamin D3. I'm one of them, just as a maintenance thing. But it also helps for regulating mood and combating depression. So those of you who suffer from that or PTSD or things like that, it could be helpful. But here's the thing. Did you know that vitamin D has specific benefits that are geared just for men? And that article dives into how that vitamin can work absolute wonders for guys. So I hope you check it out. Now, your gut. It's a lot smarter than you think. Now, you've heard that expression, just trust your gut. But did you know that there's a lot more to that saying than we ever knew? There's some actual science to back that up as to how our gut and our brain are in constant connection. They're communicating all the time. And that's all in that article. So have a look at that one. Now, as I mentioned, there's also a wellness video. I'd love to play you a little bit out of it, but I'm sorry you're going to have to go to the center to see it. In there, you're going to learn more about what BPH really is, again, how you can manage things naturally, and what steps you can take that are actually going to help to give you a good, healthy prostate throughout your life. Now, the gut flora and the brain, Dr. Richard Brose, that's another great video. He explains what we call the gut-brain axis. It is incredible how, again, these two things communicate. Is like a network between your laptop, your phone, your modem. They've got to have each other to get that going. Well, it's much the same. And it links to our gut flora. Our gut flora links to our mental state. There is a huge connection. So check that one out. So as I mentioned, we have an upcoming event next week, and it's all about the gut. And it is amazing how the gut can actually affect your mood, affect your memory. Quite often we blame those things on stress, anxiety. We blame our brain fog on all the external chaos going on, especially these days. But what if the real root of this is actually right in your own gut? Seriously. Scientists are now calling the gut your second brain. They actually have been for a little while. And there's a good reason for that. It produces 90% of your body's serotonin. It communicates constantly with your nervous system. And it even plays a role in neurodegenerative diseases. A lot of people don't know that one. So if you've been feeling off, be it mentally, emotionally, or even physically, your gut might be trying to tell you something here. So join us on this upcoming event because we're going to be going into a wellness breakthrough that nobody ever talks about, your gut-brain connection. If they do, it's pretty rare to find it. So, and that's called Gut Instincts. Again, that'll be next Wednesday, June the 25th. That'll be 8 p.m. on the Eastern Coast, 5 p.m. on the Western Coast. And just to give you sort of a little bit of idea of what we're going to cover in there, we've got Dr. Tanya Hardig. She's going to be going over how the gut and the brain are, again, in constant conversation and how that connection between those two can make a big difference on your mood, your focus, your resilience, and of course, long-term brain health. And we've also got Dr. John Westerdahl. He's going to get into prostate support. We're going to have a look at something called saw palmetto. It's a great supplement. What you want to look for in a high quality version of that, and how this herbal remedy is very beneficial for supporting prostate health and wellness in general. Now, I'm going to sneak in my own little thing on this because I'm a wellness educator. If you're struggling to get your hair to grow, try this. I don't care if you're male or female. It's wonderful for encouraging hair growth. And another thing I discovered quite by accident, a friend of mine told me, actually, a friend of mine told me, and I decided to try it. She told me that, with my spastic bladder where I'm forever in the bathroom, little bits of pee here and there was not a fun event. She told me to try this. And believe it or not, for the women too, it makes a difference. So if you have a spastic bladder, this is one you want to look into. That's a very rarely known fact that I'm sharing with you. So I've had a few people try it and I haven't heard anybody say it doesn't work. So there you go. Another cool thing we're doing is the refrigerator raid, and we're going to get into a wellness educator's fridge. We're going to see what all is hidden in there, what are the things to have, what are the hidden secrets, and some of the ways that you can swap out some of those not so healthy foods for better nutritional foods. This will be a really good thing for those of you that are trying to naturally improve your health. There's also going to be some great recipes that are designed to support gut health and fuel your brain. And who doesn't like a good recipe? I sure do. So basically, we're going to be covering quite a few things really in this upcoming show. We're going to go from gut health to mood to stress relief. We're going to go over smart nutrition, men's wellness. I mean, this event is going to be a powerhouse. It's going to give you a lot of lasting wellness. The benefits are phenomenal. So save your spot. Again, that's going to be this coming Wednesday. I already see in my back office that a lot of people are signing up, so grab your spot while you can. And it's okay if you don't know what you're doing next Wednesday, grab your spot anyways, because if you can't make it, the good thing is as soon as it's available and out for replay, you get that in your inbox right away. So that way you can kick back with your favorite cup of tea, coffee, whatever floats your boat, and enjoy the show when you have the time to. So just to recap everything that we just covered, this month's newsletter that came out today, we're highlighting men's health. We're covering everything from nutrition and energy to prostate care, as well as emotional well-being. We're also going to be having a look at some of the real challenges that men face. And in there, we share some simple, natural things that you can do to support your long-term health. And again, don't forget to get your spot for the next week's Vitality for Life show, Gut Instincts. There's going to be a lot of fun and informative segments in there that are definitely going to be worth your time. So if I didn't tell you already, is next week on the 25th. That's 8 p.m. in the Eastern Coast, 5 on the West. Now, if you're one of those that you like to learn things when it comes to general wellness, I've got a wellness community on Facebook. It's called Danny's Wellness Tribe. If you know me on Facebook, I've got the link there, but I'll also post it for you here attached to the show. And again, like I said, register for the next week's show. And if there's any links or questions that you have about any of this stuff, by all means, get a hold of me. I would love to help you out with that, whether it's just sending you a link or maybe you have a one-on-one question that you'd like to address with me. I'm always game for that. So that's it. Thanks for watching today's show. I'm looking forward to, I'm just going to stop share so I can have a better look at you guys. I'm looking forward to seeing you on that show next week. And then next Wednesday, I'll get into a little bit more detail on that with you for you. So thanks everyone for being here. Make it a great day, and I will see you next week. Mymir and I say goodbye for now. Take care.